from public sector side, sir. Is there any thinking going on that direction on the cloud side, sir?
See, what we have been discussing, especially the municipal corporation. The municipal corporation, because they don't have the skills within the municipal corporation for this project. So we just got one consultancy project for Guwahati. So we have been discussing with them that whether their application could be on cloud.
So ultimately thinking is, what about Sir Royal Sector?
No, I was just telling, because if you look at the enterprise point of view, if you really want to go in our thing, straight away going to public cloud is really a lot of challenges. Because take our main applications for something like ERP application, where more than about 10,000 simultaneous users are there, huge transaction takes place across the country, more than agent locations. Though everybody talks about cloud is ready, I am confident that no technology can support us on today. If I want to get it, because no servers are available today, because we have restriction by government of India, we can't keep our data outside India. Today, none of this infrastructure available today will take care of that mission critical application.
That's true.
I would like to talk about my university.
Just one. So the objective is, even if it is there, a lot of other issues, as you rightly pointed out, a lot of framework, even the standards, IT Act, all the things is not yet totally tuned for enterprise applications. Something goes wrong.
So these are the problems. These are the practical problems.
That's why what we are really looking at the non-mission critical application. We already got, for example, something like a mail. We have a large company. Also, we have a JV companies which is not exactly like the public sector, which is not exactly in the government control. Which is a joint venture where we don't have that much restrictions. We have gone on mail also. Mail can be cloud-based. We also have gone for something like a security on cloud. We have just taken initiatives. Because something like your content filters are there, I don't need to invest everything there, I need to send through that. These initiatives. So we have our own roadmap, because the technology cannot be just implemented, right from your data center consolidation. We have so many data centers, we have consolidated single data centers, then go for virtualization, then go for optimization, then look for the ABC category of applications, which can go in cloud ready. Cloud ready is very important, just like that I can't go. That's what
See, we have one application e-procurement, which we have put on our data center, which is being used by 6 public sectors, what they have is already there. But it may not be exactly cloud.
No, the point what I was exactly making, if you see on a user perspective, actually there are gaps. That's what I say. Whether the solution provider or the cloud provider, they need to understand the user complexity. It's not that easy. If you say that, like my colleague is saying from oil sector, I have my own variants of applications running. I have my own satisfaction to the users. I have my own service level to the users. Whether today if I am ready to move to the cloud, do these things will be taken care by the cloud provider? I'm saying so, yes, you will say that I'll do that, but the business impact will happen now during that transition. It's a huge business. I know the migrating from the old passport system to the new systems, the nightmare. It's a worst time. And we had, that's what the nightmare we have seen.
Yeah, so I am fully with you, Mr. Golok, not denying any of these aspects of complexity, but at the same time, there is a passport project which was an absolutely pioneering effort in terms of how you went on a service-based contract, which was not earlier seen in the country, right? So
that's a simple lining that whenever we will need a policy, there will be a policy on time. Whenever we need
push for it.
Yeah,
jointly, whether it is industry or academia or civil society.
And like the good news is, and I said this in the earlier remark, is also that government has created a bedrock of things which lends itself to the deployment of cloud. And the vendors are also getting forced to evolve. So we cannot be sitting in our armchair and saying that this is the offering. I mean, if you look at Microsoft evolution today, the amount of cloud conversation or cloud offering, people wouldn't think that that's coming from Microsoft. Right.
And I also say the credit which should go to this kind of media people or the people like these Vikas, Mr. Sami. They are driving a very good strength, pushing the department where they are lacking actually, or making them aware.
Best part is the department
Filling in
is
the gaps.
ready to
Yes.
listen,
Correct.
If you tell them, we started talking to them 2 years back. There should be a policy on mobile government. They listened, then they came back and
Basically, now people think that change is acceptable.
yeah.
Now,
Without that, you cannot sustain.
No,
the
earlier there were so many roadblocks.
I think we should
Yeah.
now look forward to one last word from each of our panelists, and then we'll conclude it. We start this way, Palak.
Yeah, my concluding remark will be whether it is cloud or not, try to address the inherent problem of the government department or the public sector, which actually it is today which is existing. And once you address those inherent issues which is existing in the government department, I personally see adopting a new technology will not be any challenge. I also personally see the moment straightforward rules, regulation, policies are there, and the moment my existing investment and existing application data, it can be taken care in the new technology, new environment, I have no issue or I don't see there is any issue.
Yeah, I think the move to cloud by government entities, from my own personal perspective, is innovative. Somewhere that move will happen because, as we were talking about the G2C services, it is almost inevitable that we move there. However, fundamentally, I think somebody has to drive that in the government. Somebody has to bring out the policy, the framework, and pilot. And also, there needs to be a complete breakdown in terms of those silos which exist. Each and every department having its own IT budget, each and every thinking about its own baggage to carry. I think those need to be broken down, more collaboration needs to happen. And that can only happen if someone says, okay, I'm going to do a pilot. So that's the perspective. But I'm a little negative in terms of the outlook, because I haven't seen that kind of while we discussed this, we haven't seen that kind of initiative coming within either the DIT or any of the ministries that say, okay, here's my cloud framework, here's my cloud policy. So while we're talking, I think the fundamental thing which should come out from this forum is somebody needs to take that effort to say, this is my policy, this is my plan, this is how we go forward, like a 5-year plan. So that is
Yes. See, I think the cloud application will start coming probably in the next 5 years. We'll see a lot of application coming in. But who will, from where it will be, I think probably it will be some one individual who is passionate about it in the government. And because if you see many of the projects in government having successful because of one passionate, whether you start Karnataka Bhumi project or is a passionate person who will come up who will say, I will do my project on cloud, and that will start.
I have a slightly different way. That when we say that we will move to cloud, just assume that today we are on cloud. Because the user, most of the users, they are not aware whether they are working on 2-tier framework or 3-tier framework or for that matter cloud. It is only some of the top people who are on the technology side. They know that how the data delivery is taking place. So it will generate its own need, there is no doubt about that. But to supplement, we will need a lot of templates, ready-made templates, so that we do not do duplicacy of efforts. We will need a straightforward framework, crisp framework after due discussion. Is right in his apprehension that where will the initiative come from. And I think I have an answer that there will be no initiative, but there will be push from many quarters, which will ultimately bring this revolution sooner or later. And I have no hesitation in saying, since I am already studying on these subjects, there are a lot of activities taking place, and even in academics, we were talking only about cloud computing as a technology side. But now we have started talking about e-governance and cloud computing. So even in academics, if it is coming, then obviously it is, we look and we sense all around the world. So I am very hopeful that cloud computing is going to be the next thing in India, especially the government. The government is going to take the lead, no doubt about that.
Yeah, I would like to conclude by making a statement and probably putting an action plan. The statement is that I see cloud in government being inevitable, and it will come in different forms. Gov2, open data, government application exchange, and private cloud. So that's given. The action plan that I would like to recommend is that every policy or every tender which is dealing with ICT, even indirectly, should spend some time, effort and pages on a cloud plan or a cloud execution act. I think that will generate a huge amount of momentum in terms of thinking process of people in the government who are the decision makers, and will rally a momentum for doing the cloud. So every RFP, it would be great to see, or let DIT mandate that every RFP that is put out should have a cloud plan, a page devoted.
Or if not plan, then at least they are
thinking, the thought process. So they may not be executing at that point in time, but typically when you do the RFP, you have to put the vision and the objective which goes beyond 3 years. So what's that? Spend about a page there.
Yeah, this cloud being no longer a buzzword, at least for corporates like us. Thanks to media and service providers and OEMs, even the top management is focused on that. They look for what is the plan for cloud for the private, the way, because we need to compete with private sectors, it's individual. Only thing, the adaptability depending on the application, depending on the where you are, depending on what type of investment you already done, we need to depend on this. But we already having a roadmap how to make our applications to be cloud ready and how we will be able to migrate. We may not be able to go on public cloud immediately. We are having plan to go on private cloud and also start with hybrid cloud, then finally we migrate to public cloud. That's what our 5-year map as far as India is concerned.
See, as far as I am concerned, I agree with Neeraj that availability of services on cloud would be inevitable. The fact that we are calling it a cloud is probably bringing attention to this. Otherwise, there is a shared infrastructure. This has been happening for a long time. The only difference I see over the next 5 years is that availability of lots of innovative, very light kind of services which are of use to everyday interaction with the government, the common man, and most of them being deployed without going through a tendering process, maybe using open government data, having some kind of a very comfortable partnership with government. And since these applications would be using only the data that is already mandated to be in the public domain, the security would be a very comfortable kind of a situation where when it comes to G2G cloud, G2E cloud, the more back-end kind of systems, give dashboards to public servants, etc. There I don't see a problem of data sharing at all, because when talk G2G, if there is a bill within the government, it happens. We've seen in Gujarat, we've seen in Karnataka, cloud being launched by their government. I think the only thing I would like to emphasize is that the focus of all the IT companies would have to be beyond DIT. Maybe more interaction on these issues with the line ministries, making them aware about cloud strategy, etc. They should not be waiting DIT to come out with a cloud policy move, because these are the ministries who are quite independent in terms of their thinking. They have their own consultants, they have their own deployment plans. So if you also focus on working with the line departments on cloud strategy rather than waiting for DIT to come out with a policy, it will be much faster.
So that's where the nucleus is created from people on the field actually.